The shattering truth of my parents' betrayal, the meticulously crafted illusion of my business failure, and the revelation of James's true identity as James Parker, the reclusive billionaire founder and CEO of Aurora Investments, left me reeling. The man I had dismissed as a nobody, the one Mary had deemed forgettable, was, in fact, a titan. The quiet authority I had sometimes glimpsed in his muffled calls from his locked home office, the business meetings that seemed excessive for a junior consultant, all made terrifying sense. For years, she had been subjected to Mary's casual cruelty and the expectation to follow my path. When I fled to her bedroom after my parents announced the arranged marriage, she had admitted they had been planning to control the narrative for weeks. Now, as the full extent of my parents' machinations became clear, Olivia became quietly aware of the truth and began to offer her support. Her silent nods, her knowing glances, and her subtle acts of solidarity were invaluable. She didn't have to say much. Her presence and her shared understanding further solidified our alliance against our parents' suffocating control. We, the two Thompson daughters, once manipulated and undermined, were now united, quietly preparing to dismantle the very empire that sought to define us. This realization, rather than pushing me further away, actually drew me to James. We had been thrown together in a punitive marriage, but now, faced with a common enemy, my manipulative parents, an unexpected and deeply authentic partnership began to form between us. He had known all along, yet he had waited patiently for me to uncover the truth, never once shaming me for my initial ignorance. Our relationship, built on a foundation of deception from my parents, was now ironically becoming grounded in shared understanding and a mutual desire for justice. For months, I had been a pawn, suffering under the weight of fabricated irresponsibility and recklessness. He introduced me to his chief strategic officer, Sophia, whom I now know as Grace Lopez. Grace, a woman whose sharp intellect and calm demeanor immediately commanded respect, became my mentor. Under her expert guidance, I underwent intensive training in financial intelligence and corporate strategy. This wasn't some academic exercise. It was a crash course in understanding the intricate web of corporate malfeasance, a deep dive into the very mechanisms my parents had used to destroy my boutique. We dissected banking records, analyzed email trails, and pored over internal communications. Each session with Grace was a revelation, not just about finance, but about my own capabilities. She pushed me to critically analyze the evidence of my parents' scheme, helping me connect the dots and understand the full scope of their calculated plot. This rigorous training wasn't just about gathering evidence. It helped me rebuild my confidence, shattered by years of parental condescension and the public narrative of my failure. I was no longer the disgraced heiress existing in a limbo of shame. I was a woman equipping herself for battle. My mother, Mary, had orchestrated the sabotage of my beloved fashion boutique, aided by William and a con artist named Jessica, whose real identity was Rebecca Collins. The very people who claimed to love me had engineered my downfall, framed me, and forced me into a marriage to exert absolute control over my independence and life. The sting of that deception was sharper than any public humiliation. Yet, amidst the wreckage of my past, an unexpected transformation began. With the truth laid bare, James didn't hesitate. Adding another crucial layer to this burgeoning alliance was my younger sister, Olivia.